Any rational person knowing that, like I said, all the phones were the exact same phones,
Mm-hmm.
same service. You use the same device on both phones. His
Mm-hmm.
went back 6, but mine's only went back 3, stopping before the month of the crime that you charged me with. So
Mm-hmm.
with that and the GPS would approve, and I feel like they knew that is the reason why I never got to get the 6 months versus the 3.
Yeah.
They knew there was something in there that showed that I didn't do this crime, and they
Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. Um, okay, so so if yours would have been went back to 6 months, like his did,
hmm
then there would have been something there that would have proven that you
Oh,
didn't.
exactly. Exactly. I
Okay,
mean, that's the whole purpose of the cyber crimes investigative team. They
okay.
use your phone to prove whether you did or did not commit a crime.
Because they used his phone to prove that you had done certain crimes, right?
Yes.
So if they would have been went back to full 6 months, they would have been able to show that you didn't do the one.
Yes. Well, the crimes are different. So, second degree burglary, I got
Mm-hmm.
arrested for my co-defendant. For whatever reason, we were hanging out that night. And we got pulled over like way late. Like we were just hanging out and we got pulled over and we got accused of breaking in a building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they arrested us for that. But when we got the evidence back showing the car that was there, it didn't even look like his car. Then they
Mm-hmm.
tried to say the car that I had was there too. That wasn't even the car. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, where are we at with this? Like, and if if the people don't know, they should. But second degree burglary is a non-violent offense, which means it carries only 35% of the sentence, which is only a max of 7 years. So
Mm-hmm.
again, back to the career criminal piece. I feel like they use my career criminal jacket to
Mm-hmm.
put these cases on and let's see if he can get them off of. Because I'll tell you what, waking up in the morning thinking that you're about to get bonded out and they tell you that, oh no, your bond went up. You're going to a max pod now. And having to find out that I'm fighting a case that happened. It took me like 3 months from the time that they charged me to even find out when this crime happened and where it happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of trying to build a defense, how can you
Mm-hmm.
build a defense if you don't even know when it happened or
Right.
where it happened? And
Right.
then the worst part of that, it was a random day in my life. They
Yeah.
asked me, you did this robbery on April 26th, 2009. And I'm like, April 26th, 2009. What was I doing that day? Like, who's going to remember the
Mm-mm.
specifics they were doing on a specific day?
Nobody, nobody with any kind of life is gonna remember it.
Well, mind you, the time that I got charged with it was 3 months from the day that I got arrested for the second
Yeah,
degree
that's a
burglary.
while. You can't go back
And
that
then I
far.
and then I didn't get the information till 3 months after that when it happened. So, and then we went to trial like maybe another 4 months after that. So I'm like, they left me very little time to try
Yeah.
to find an alibi. And when I say find an alibi, I don't mean fishing like I was accused of doing, but in the sense of I don't think it's wrong. Like if they would have played the tape saying that I was on the phone discussing an alibi, I can tell the public now. I said to my girl at the time, baby, they are charging me with the crime that happened on this specific date. I don't even remember what I was doing that day. Can you
Mm-hmm.
please go get my phone records invoice? Because she was like, share it on my account. Can you please go get my invoice and just go get everybody I called or text me on this specific day?
That's you trying to
Please.
defend yourself.
I
That's you
said
trying to
so
defend.
so it can help refresh my memory as to what
Right.
I was doing this day.
You're trying to build a defense. Like somehow. You're trying to say, like, this is where I was at, this is what my girl said, my text messages said, and this is what I was doing that day to jog your memory of exactly what you was doing today, so you could like kind of
And I
get an
got
idea.
accused of fishing for an alibi.
That's not fishing. That's building a defense.
I mean, I mean, we know that, but look
Yeah,
at the prosecutor end versus the jury. The jury
right.
don't know that, so when you deliberately say fishing for an alibi, all they heard is, why would you need to fish for an alibi if you didn't do it? Key
Right.
words to end a defense. It don't
Yeah.
even matter what evidence is in most cases, especially mine's apparently, but the way the words come out is really the case.
Yeah. It's a narrative. It's
There
really
you go.
a narrative.
It's
Like
really who has the best
written
story.
wise, like whether or not anyone actually intended to do this, right? Because I want to make that very clear on my platform. Whether or not anybody intended to do this, like with ill will, or if it's just like the paper process, like the narrative and the wording and like the process or whatever that the system goes by is just very, very one-sided, like
Mm,
one way. So it's like it needs a lot of reform, is my
exactly.
feeling
Well,
behind that. Like, and people need to understand. I think people need to understand like the details of it. Like our interviews are important. They need to understand the very small details of it.
yeah, because those
And
are what
then
really make the case.
yeah,
So let me
yeah,
say this before we go any further. I hope that those victims got every sense of justice they can get through the assailants that actually robbed them.
right.
I don't wish no crime or no harm or no bad on nobody. I don't, the way that I kind of tell my story, people might think that I have it against the victims, and I
Mhm.
don't. It's just the fact of how the courts allowed stuff to play through, knowing damn well that that's your witness. So, of course, you're going to prep them
Mhm.
how you see fit for your case when you get to questioning them. I have no issue with that. My only issue is you didn't allow me the right to adequately and properly defend myself.
Yes.
So, like I said, I hope the victims are doing good. I hope life has been well with them. I don't know these people. I only know them through my court process and seeing them in the courtroom. But I have no qualms against the victims. My issues is with the courthouse.
Yes. Well, for like I really appreciate you coming on here, especially like this late in the evening, even though we didn't do it like in our scheduling because somebody got in the way of that.
Mhm.
Haters, they gonna be there. But I feel like that is enough for the people to like break apart for now and process a little bit so that they can fully understand. Because not everybody understands the laws.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yes, yes.
so they need to have time to process it, break it down, and understand what that actually means. Maybe look some stuff up, like as well. Um, yeah, I think that was good for today. If you want to schedule like sometime again with me next week, or yeah, it could be anytime during the week. We can start doing twice a week if you want to.
Okay. Well, like I said, it just varies by what goes on the yard.
Okay.
And for the people that wanted to know what goes on in jail, things that you don't want to come in and do crime to come be a part of. I can tell you that much. Keep your babies at home. Love them. Love
Yeah.
them. This is no place. There's a lot of kids here.
Yeah. Well,
So,
thank you so much, Benny. This been really educational for me as well because I don't know all that about I don't know all these things about that either. I'm just learning kind of like through you. So I really appreciate you and your time and just giving that much detail and like just getting personal like within your life and sharing that with people. Like I truly appreciate it.
yeah, I appreciate the section breaking down of how we do with the interviews because to let me sit up here and just talk, I can go on for hours.
Well, I
Because
would
I
too.
have
Like
years of
I
this going through my mind and
I would too. If that's all I had to do, I would be obsessing like nobody's business. Because that, I mean, to be trapped somewhere where you don't actually belong is, I bet it's
Well,
hard.
I'll say this for the public too. The time for them burglaries that I got, they ended up charging me with four of them, I believe.
Mhm.
I took my time for them. I did my time for them, and my time is complete for that in a full 100%. So, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a good person, meaning as far as criminal law goes or what. Yes, I had pending cases on me at the time is when they picked me up, but they were all non-violent, petty crimes. I know
Yeah,
the public is like a crime is a crime, but when you try to throw a robbery on somebody and the chances of that going through could be like they
yeah,
did me. 60
yeah.
years is actually more than life. 45 years in Oklahoma is considered a life sentence when you can ask for parole. Mine exceeds that. So
I'm
I'm just
sorry.
trying to help shed light on me and so many others in my situation.
Well, I'll be praying for you, and I bet you the public will be praying for you too, because I feel like you're a good person, and I feel like you are learned from the time that you've spent in there so far. And I'm a pretty good judge of character.
Appreciate you.
Well, good night, Benny.
Good night to you.